Yo, so there's some breaking news, some very unfortunate news about a shooting that just happened in Half Moon Bay, California. Let's check it out.
At least 7 people have been shot and killed in the town of Half Moon Bay, about 30 miles south of San Francisco. It happened today. It is California's second mass shooting in 3 days, and this one also involves the Asian American community. Now, this is video of the suspect being taken into custody. Police have identified him as 67-year-old Zhao Chun-Li. Investigators say the victims were Chinese farm workers. A motive for the shooting is unknown.
Let's kind of talk about this. So, first off, they said that this was the second mass shooting in 3 days in California. Like, that's insane to me. And, you know, we're moving into a time in America where more and more that was hidden is becoming unveiled. It's becoming known to the masses. A lot of people know about the suspected aliens or UFOs. They've been addressed as being true and been addressed as being something that is a real thing. They're also allowing the different communities to come in and have to be married in religious places if they would like to. Like, you can't refuse them anymore because of different laws that are being put in place. We have people getting thrown out of malls for wearing Jesus Saves t-shirts. So we have so much going on in America that the enemy is now unveiling his plan right in front of our faces because he knows that we won't do anything. He knows that the Christians, those who are supposed to be in prayer, those who are supposed to be fasting and spirit-led, won't do anything because we aren't in the right place that we need to be. We are relying on our riches. We're relying on our prosperity to provide for us. We're not relying on the power of God to move in us, to be able to pray for these situations and to be able to meet the needs of those who are in need in these situations. But this is just a little different. We don't normally see men of this age doing something like that. And quite frankly, just to be honest, of this race. A lot of mass shootings are done of a more popular race, maybe Caucasian, maybe Hispanic, maybe even black. But of the Asian community, what are the odds that an older Asian man who, just if we're looking at stigmas, older Asian men are stigmatized to be some of the wiser men in our society, the more disciplined men in our society? What is the situation behind this man wanting to gun down 7 people? And I think I read where even more people were shot but are still alive. They're in critical condition. What possessed this man to do this thing? What possessed him to want to shoot and target, to kill these other Asian people? 1 John 3:11 through 12 says, "For this is the message you heard from the beginning. We should love one another. Do not be like Cain, who belonged to the evil one and murdered his brother." And why did he murder him? Because his own actions were evil and his brothers were righteous. So it was a case of envy. Was this the case of this situation? Was this man jealous and envious of what these other people were doing? Or was it a case of Romans 13:4? For the one in authority is God's servant for your good. But if you do wrong, be afraid. For rulers do not bear the sword for no reason. They are God's servants, agents of wrath to bring punishment on the wrongdoer. So, of course, I don't agree that it was this verse. This verse in context is talking about the authorities, the police, the law, the FBI, the government. That's what this verse is talking about. So this guy, who was not in any political or judicial standpoint to bring judgment onto these people, was moving as the enemy would. He wasn't in any danger to be able to or to want to kill 7 people. What was his motive? I'm sure as the story comes out more, we'll be able to unveil more that was going on. But what was his reasoning? What was his issue? Was he possessed? Comment down below what you think was going on in this guy's mind. What was going on in his heart? A lot of times we can misconstrue what go on with other people, regardless of whether they're having a bad day or not. We treat them a certain way, not knowing whether they were having a bad day, not knowing what they may be going through at home, not knowing if they were depressed, not knowing if they were thinking about committing suicide, on the brink of going crazy, and we allow them to have outbursts that cannot be contained. Was this an example of that type of situation? The only thing that I can conclude from this situation is that we need to pray more. Us that believe on the name of Jesus Christ, us that know that we have the same spirit that raised Christ from the dead, we have to pray more. We have to take the time to spread the gospel. If this man knew about what Jesus Christ did for him, whatever happened, whatever spirit that allowed him to move in the spirit of the enemy, whatever thing that was trying to overwhelm him would not have overwhelmed him enough, because he would have known that the peace of God rules over all types of understanding, and that the peace of God would have rested in his spirit so much that he wouldn't have even thought about taking this action. He wouldn't even have thought about going to murder these innocent men and women. He wouldn't have even thought about it. But it was our mistake. It was our fault. The Christians, those who have not committed to doing the work in the will of God. All we want to worry about is our home. We want to worry about our household, those who are around us, our friends and family. But there are people who are out there who may not be connected to us. Though there are people out there who may not know who we are, who may not even know the value of who Christians are, that don't know who Jesus Christ is. And it's our duty, our responsibility to spread the gospel to them. This was our loss. This was on us.